What's up everyone, welcome back to Sounds Good Gaming. It is the end of another month and therefore that means it's another episode of collecting. It's time to find out the video games that I bought in the month of July 2025. It's been a really good month for my collection, not gonna lie, so I'm quite excited to talk through these, so let's get into things. Okay, yeah, so July has just wrapped up, we're into August now, which you know what that means? It's time for another collecting episode. I've been really enjoying making this series, I'm not gonna lie. We must be on like episode 5 or 6 at this point, I actually don't know specifically off the top of my head. If you do enjoy it, sub to the channel, what you doing? You may as well. It's free, and I don't post that often so it's not gonna get annoying. So yeah, it's been a great month for video games, for my collection, and also I think there's been one or two great bangers to play. What's really also been good about this month for my collection is there's been a wide variety of consoles that I've bought video games for. So much so that it's actually been pretty hard to decide what order to do these in. I think I'm gonna go for non-Nintendo and then into the Nintendo stuff. And yeah, we have 7 video games to talk about in today's episode. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty good one. We're going to start with I think the oldest game from this selection of video games for this month, and that is on the Xbox 360. The Xbox 360, I think as we've discussed, I did a recent video with CEX collecting for some video games. Maybe I'll have a follow-up to that soon, we'll see how I feel. There was a couple of games that were missing, and one that I really wanted to pick up. This is not actually a game I've played, but it's a game that I want to own because it's been delisted on all of the virtual stores that you can buy it from, including Steam, which is really disappointing. Spec Ops: The Line. Now, I got this on eBay. I can't remember exactly the price, but I think it was about £10. And I just wanted to pick this up for my collection because, like I say, this game has been fully delisted. You cannot purchase it digitally anymore. I do have it on Steam, which is great, but I really wanted to have a physical copy for my collection, considering that this is, you know, it's kind of like a hot commodity item when you can only get it on disc. And, you know, maybe I will actually play this on the original hardware rather than on my PC. So yeah, Spec Ops: The Line, I've heard amazing things about this game. It's supposed to be a really story-driven, very emotional video game. Also came with a manual, really lovely, and I can't remember the quality of the disc, but I think it was pretty good. Yeah, it's in very good condition. It's got a few scratches, but nothing too crazy. And yeah, so that's Spec Ops: The Line. It's supposed to be a very good video game. And like I say, not available digitally anymore, so really thought it was a no-brainer to pick up before the price starts to increase. That's the only game I bought for the 360 this month, so you know what we're going to do? You know what we're going to do. We're going to put it in the collection. And next up, we're going to move on to another one of the consoles that I haven't actually collected a game on this console in a little while. So this is the PS Vita. I am slowly collecting games for the PS Vita. There's not many games, and also they're starting to get quite pricey, so I'm not going to be collecting games on it very often, but I did find one. Once again, I can't remember the exact price I got this for, but this was another eBay pickup, and that is Little Big Planet for the PS Vita. Just because, once again, this seems like a no-brainer. It's a Sony first-party game. Felt like a good one to get. While they're sort of still relatively cheap, I want to say it was around £10 again. Little Big Planet has always been a series that I quite like the idea of. I've never actually played one, so I thought it'd be cool to have this one because then I can give it a try. I'm a big fan of 2D platformers, so you know this feels like a no-brainer. And yeah, it's part of the slowly expanding physical PS Vita collection that I'm getting, and that is the only PS Vita game I bought for this month as well. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna put it in the collection. Now we are moving on to Nintendo. So I did get a couple of Switch games this month, but I picked up a Wii U game as well that we're going to talk about first. I saw it super cheap. I want to say it was about £4 on eBay. I'm not gonna lie, very cheap. And yeah, it's Assassin's Creed 3 for the Wii U. This is not my favourite Assassin's Creed game. For me, the issues with Assassin's Creed 3 were that, you know, you have this entire gameplay mechanic and game system built on climbing and going up tall buildings, and you know, the whole like stealth thing and the climbing, right? The climbing very tall buildings and then jumping off into the hay bale. And this game has, or at least from what I've played of it, had no tall buildings, and it really put me off. I totally get it, it's part of the period of history that this game is set in, but that's part of the appeal of Assassin's Creed. That's why I play Assassin's Creed. So I didn't get hugely far into this game, so I thought it'd be a fun one to pick up on the Wii U. This one actually had gamepad functionality, and you know, this was the game that started the ship mechanics in Assassin's Creed that Assassin's Creed Black Flag was, you know, so famous for. They actually started in this game rather than Assassin's Creed 4. You know, I think Assassin's Creed 4 really refined the mechanics, but Assassin's Creed 3 kind of pioneered that kind of idea. So yeah, that, you know, you owe that to Assassin's Creed 3. I just never really got on with this one. I never really enjoyed Assassin's Creed 3 that much.
What? Don't you talk about my beloved that way.
You don't need to get angry. Don't need to get angry. We can all stay calm here.
Assassin's Creed 3 had more importance to the franchise and to video games as a whole than you could ever imagine.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It pioneered the Ubisoft era. And for some reason I'm defending that. I have another one.
I'll put it in the collection, okay? I'll put it in the... But yeah, okay, so that's Assassin's Creed 3 out of the way. You know my thoughts on it. You know Ben's thoughts on it. Happy to have it in the collection. Maybe one day I'll pick it back up. But yeah, that was more for the sake of owning it. I think the game ran pretty well on the Wii U. I don't recall any particular performance issues, you know. I'm sure it was a solid 30 frames per second, but I think it stocks that pretty well. What's really interesting as well is Assassin's Creed Black Flag also came out for the Wii U. So I'm going to try and get hold of that one as well, because it'd be fun to have both of the Wii U Assassin's Creed games. It's hilarious that they committed to another Assassin's Creed on Wii U. You know, Ubisoft, they tried on the Wii U. They really tried. I mean, Zombie U is fantastic as well. Anyway, I'm getting on a sidetrack. We need to get onto a main track. I'm really trying to pick up my Wii U collection, really trying to build it up, because it's not huge. There's not a huge amount of games available in PAL. There's about 160 games, and I'd like to get more of them. So I've been keeping an eye out on Wii U listings and also Wii U games in video game stores like CEX and stuff like that. We're now going to move on to the Nintendo Switch, and I actually picked up 3 games for the Nintendo Switch this month, or in July, and I'm really happy with these. They are all slightly more niche games, I guess more indie, or, you know, they're niche games. They're not made by big publishers and big teams, except for one of them that is, but even that, it feels like a more niche game within a big company. I don't know. I feel like I'm explaining this really badly. The first game is Sea of Stars. This is an indie game as far as I'm aware. This is a beautiful RPG in the style of the Super Nintendo RPGs like Final Fantasy and stuff back in the day. You know, these kind of HD 2D games we're getting these days? Well, this is like just 2D. It's removing that HD element. It's really very faithful to the art style that it's based on. The reviews of it were very positive, and also it seems like the character work is great, the music is great, and just the overall presentation seems really good. This is a game I've wanted to have physically for a while, because it's a game I like to give a try. I'm not a huge fan of turn-based RPGs, but, you know, I do like to give them a good try. And so on the inside, we actually do get a little poster as well, and yeah, so we have like a poster of the characters, and it's double-sided, looks really beautiful. And yeah, like I say, it's a game I've had my eye on for a little while, and this was on sale on Amazon for £22, down from 30, so I was like, do you know what, I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna do it. This is a game that reviewed really well. I really wanted it for my collection. It looks really beautiful. And yeah, I just love the art style. I love the vibe of this game. So yes, that is Sea of Stars for the Nintendo Switch. We're going to put this one to the side now and move on to my next game. This one is the one that I was like, it's not really. It's not really an indie game or anything, but it does have that indie vibe, but it's definitely not an indie game. This one is Shadow Labyrinth for the Switch. So this one actually just came out in July. This is a brand new pickup. I want to say it was £30, and this one, it was one of those ones that was shown in Nintendo Directs leading up to its reveal. I think it was shown in the March Nintendo Direct, and then it had like a brief cameo in the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. I need to try this. I need to see what this game is about. What's really cool as well is there's a free Nintendo Switch 2 upgrade pack for this game, so I'm definitely going to be taking advantage of that when I get around to playing this. And the whole thing with this game is that it's a Metroidvania game, styled game, where Pac-Man is your companion character. And not just like, it's kind of like Pac-Man. No, it's actually Pac-Man. This is a Bandai Namco game. They have the Pac-Man rights, so it's actually Pac-Man. It's canon. It goes Pac-Man World 1, Pac-Man World 2, Shadow Labyrinth. So yeah, this is a kind of 2D action platformer, sort of Metroidvania-y thing, genre-twisting alternative take on Pac-Man is literally what it says on the back here. Pac-Man can become like a mech, he can have loads of different transformations, and yeah, I'm just really interested. Apparently this game's quite good as well, which is cool. And inside we get like a little booklet for the Bandai Namco store, and the cartridge, which is right there. There's nothing really else in the box. It doesn't have the artwork on the backside, so, you know, not that exciting on the inside of the box, but still, I'm excited to try it. I'm excited to just to check out the Pac-Man-ness of this. And now we get to my last Nintendo Switch game for the month, We've got one game after this on the Switch too, but we've got a Nintendo Switch game first. And this game is a game that means a whole lot to me, and it's a game that I've been waiting for the collector's edition of. I ordered it a little while ago, finally got manufactured and made. It was from Super Rare Games, so sometimes it takes a while for them to get made and then shipped out. It came out when Tears of the Kingdom came out. It was sort of a month later, and I was still like so deep into Tears of the Kingdom, but I dropped Tears of the Kingdom to play this game because I was like, this game is shorter, but also I just really, really want to play it. And that game is Planet of Lana. And this is the deluxe edition of the game, made by Super Rare Games, so thank you so much for Super Rare Games for making this. They didn't sponsor or send it to me, but yeah, I adore this video game. I played this game on Xbox, I have it on PC, but when I saw they were doing a physical version, I was like, I have to get this for my Switch, because this game is like a painting every frame. It's just so beautiful. It's like this hand-painted art style. It looks so unique and so beautiful. It's got like a beautiful photo mode. I was just taking so many screenshots while playing this game. Made me cry. The music was fantastic. The relationship so you play as Lana, who's this character. The relationship you form with the little side character Mui, or the companion character Mui, is just so beautiful, and it's so well realized, and the world is so gorgeous. Yeah, this is a fantastic game. If you haven't played it, give it a try. It's quite a short experience as well. Like, you can get through it in a couple of hours or a few hours. I feel like I struggle to put into words how wonderful this game is, and having a kind of deluxe edition of it is really, really nice, especially as I feel like I was a big promoter of this game. As soon as it was announced, I was like, I need it. Summer Games Fest, where they announced this game for the first time, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, I want it. So the folks at Thunderful who developed the game got a sequel on the way. Planet of Lana 2 is on the way, and it's coming out next year, and that for me is an absolute day one purchase. I will not be hesitating to pick that game up as soon as it comes out, because holy crap, what a wonderful franchise. I'm so excited to see the continuation and the expansion of the universe that they are crafting in Planet of Lana. It's one of the best new franchises to come out of video games for a hell of a long time. And of course, we're going to have a little look inside to see what we get in the special edition, or the deluxe edition, sorry. This lovely art book. Sometimes in video games, art books are nice to have, but for something like this, where the artwork is so genuinely stunning, it was really nice to get an art book. Oh, I mean, just look at this. Wow. It's so cool. So beautiful, honestly. Let's see. And then there's some information about it. So, kind of behind the scenes of making the game, which is really nice. All the different sort of artwork, and you've got the trees, how they made the trees, all the different enemies and stuff, the robot enemies that you face. Oh, I mean, one of the highlight sections of the game for sure, right there. That's so gorgeous. This game gives me the chills. Just the kind of quiet ambient beauty of the world that they created is so intriguing and so interesting that it just makes you want to play more. And this was definitely one of my top 5 games from 2023 when it came out. Once again, this very iconic shot of them looking at one of the robot characters. Yeah, Planet of Lana, there we go. Lovely poster. We get the actual game itself right here, the cartridge for the Nintendo Switch. I wasn't sure what to go for, so I don't actually know how well this game performs on Switch. I haven't played it on Switch, so I'm quite curious to give it a try. I was just like, Switch is one of the main consoles that I collect. If I want to see it super smooth, super high res, I can do that on PC. That's not a problem. Then I can have this lovely physical collection to expand my Switch collection, which is really nice. I do want to open this. There's a couple of moments towards the latter half of the game that are just so beautiful. It's just honestly left me stunned. I remember it was a really late evening. Sorry, we're getting into Callum's gamer anecdotes, but I feel like this game I really want to talk about because it really is something special. There's a set piece later on in the game. It's basically a section where you're just running and there's things happening in the background. And, if you played the game, you know what I'm talking about. And that moment drew me to tears, and I can remember I was playing it late at night one day, just on my own with the surround sound on and everything, and it just, it was so good. It was so good. I cannot recommend it highly enough. Please support these developers. First of all, big win, there's a manual, which has all the artwork from the game in it again. So let's have a look. Oh my goodness, I hadn't opened this until just now. Obviously, you saw me take the shrink wrap off. Oh my god, it's a mini art book! That's so cool! Just gorgeous. And there's Mui on the back. So we've got just some artwork from the game on the inside there. I don't know how well you can see it, but it looks really, really nice. Hang on, if I hide behind here, you should get a focus. And then there's the cartridge as well, with, once again, more artwork from the game. We have some Lana and Mui stickers, which are so cute. We have here, I think this is some like cards. So yeah, oh my goodness. Yeah, we've got some like collector's cards. I think that's all of them. Whoa, that one's so cool! That is so cool. Okay, yeah, hang on, let me now actually look at these. Wowie, wowie, wowie. Zowie! This is why I play video games, man. This game is so good. And then the last thing it appears we get in the box, a little pin of Mui that I'm never going to put anywhere because I don't want to lose it. I recently lost my Mario Kart Yoshi pin, so I'm pretty upset about that. I can't lose any more pins. So yeah, that is the Planet of Lana Deluxe Edition. Definitely one of my all-time favorite video games now. So yeah, we're going to put this in the collection alongside the other games I got for the Nintendo Switch. Let's do it. Okay, now we're on to my final game for this month, and I'm probably going to talk about this one for a fair bit as well. I do apologise in advance. This game was from the Nintendo Switch 2, and of course you know what it is. Donkey Kong Bonanza. This game is finally out. Donkey Kong Bonanza was announced in the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct back in April. I was initially a bit hesitant about it. On reflection, like the days afterwards, I got fully sold on the idea. A Donkey Kong 3D platforming game with fully destructible environments by the Super Mario Odyssey team. It was always evident that that was the team that was working on this game, just in the structure and the character and personality to it. I'm so glad that they got to do something different than Mario for once, and they knocked it out of the park with this. Like, I can't lie. As I said with Mario Kart 1, I still haven't done it yet, but I do want to make more in-depth videos talking about my thoughts on these games because they are fantastic, and this game is amazing. It's so good. Just for context, I am still playing this game. I have finished the story and I'm working on 100%ing everything. Finished all like the post game like main new levels and stuff like that. They really brought soul and life to Donkey Kong in a way that he hasn't seen obviously since Tropical Freeze. Tropical Freeze was a fantastic video game, but this brought Donkey Kong back into the third dimension with such a fucking explosion. Like, this is a really innovative video game. In this game, the bananas are so addictive to collect. First of all, you get like this massive dopamine hit every time you get one. Banana. But also just the way it contributes to your progression and making Donkey Kong a stronger character through the skill tree, I think really makes me more incentivized to play through the game and find them, versus the moons in Super Mario Odyssey where it's kind of just like you need this many moons to progress. In this game it's like you don't have to get any bananas if you don't want to. Like, you can play the game with getting 0 bananas, but you want to because each one works towards making Donkey Kong stronger and getting him new abilities. So it's just like, yeah, I want to get all of these things. It's just this really addictive loop of collecting things, and they have done such a good job. The level designs are fantastic, the character designs are fantastic. Pauline is a fantastic companion character. I was so endeared to her as a character in her journey throughout the game. I loved the little sections where she talks to DK1, then kind of going to sleep at the little hideout getaway bits. If you are on the fence about getting this game, I would highly recommend it. It doesn't feel like they've made a 3D Mario game and then swapped Mario out for Donkey Kong. This is through and through a Donkey Kong game. And that is just amazing. To see the love and care that they've put into making this video game faithful to the previous Donkey Kong games of the past, including the Rare video games made on the N64 and Super Nintendo, is so lovely. Like, they really... you can tell so much love and dedication and passion has been put into this project. Nintendo's been really putting a lot of effort into the finale experience of their games, and this game follows in those footsteps. The finale to this game is absolutely bonkers and absolutely insane, and left me with a huge grin on my face. The cartridge is actually in my Switch at the moment, but the inside of the box you can see that beautiful artwork of Donkey Kong and Pauline sat next to each other that came out after the dedicated Donkey Kong Bonanza Direct. At the moment, this is my game of the year. I can't lie, I can't lie to you. So happy to have this in my collection. It's my second physical Switch 2 game. This was the game I was waiting for. Like, Mario Kart is great. Mario Kart is really good. I've been enjoying it a lot. The update situation is weird, but like overall, I've been enjoying playing Mario Kart. I dip into it every now and then. It's lovely. This was the game I was waiting for, and holy crap, they delivered big time. Let's put it in the collection! This month has been a good month for my collection. I hope you can see that based on how passionately I've talked about some of these video games. Planet of Lana, the Deluxe Edition, and Donkey Kong Bonanza are games that mean a huge amount to me. So yeah, I've given them basically mini reviews within this video. But of course, onwards and upwards. We're into August now, so my collection is going to continue to expand and grow as we go throughout the month, so I can't wait to share with you the games that I pick up this month. Did you buy any video games this month? Did you pick up Donkey Kong Bonanza? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And for now, that has been everything. It's been lovely chatting with you all, and I'll see you next time. I hope that sounds good. Okay, goodbye.